Hi class. I thought we would do a programming demo so you see, from beginning to end, kind of like a review, but I think it will be useful for you. So this is a project that we are going to do. We will take in a 4-digit numbers and then we will output the sum of the digits. For example, if it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, we add all of them together. 1, 2, 3, and 4 becomes 10, and so we will output that the sum will be 10. But then we will remove the last digit, so it becomes 1, 2, 3, and then we will then say the sum of 1, 2, 3 digits is 6. We will repeat it until there's no more digits left. So this is the expected output. For example, for number 4566, 4566 add up will be 21, 456, 15, so on and so forth. So let's see how we can write this program together. This is actually already done, but let's restart. So we know that we always have to output stuff. We were using the namespace. So I like to put it in first so that I have the structure there. And then now let's think about what we need to do. So first of all, we need to prompt users to input a 4-digit number. So that's first step. I usually like to actually code it with numbers so that I know the order. And then what do? We need to output the sum of digits, right, of that current number. And then we will remove the rightmost digit, and then we would repeat number 2 and 3 until no more digits left. And then I think actually when we do the sum, we can also output the result here. And so it looks like we can write 2 functions, one for number 2, step number 2, one for step number 3. For number 1, we can leave it in the main. It seems like it's easier that way. And then for the repeat, I think the loop will be inside the main also. So we would move this 2 out here so that we will write the basically definition of the functions. So I like to start with the easy stuff. So I would prompt the users first. Please enter a 4-digit number. And then we will prompt to receive that number, but of course we need to declare the variable. And you can see that I like to write the comments as I go, so to make sure that I remember what variables for what. And so at this point I don't want to loop it. What I want to do is do the first one right first. So let's declare a function. So what it will do is so what's the return type first of all? Should it be a void, or should it, I think it should return a number so that which is the sum of the digits, and then the parameter we will say is the number that we got. So it means that actually this is the decoration, so we only need this part. And then so let's try, deal with this first, so that we make sure this works, and then we will move on. So now we defined it. So how does this work? So if a number comes in, let's declare like a variable called the sum equals to 0, and that will hold the sum of all digits that come from the variable, the number. So how do we get the first number? So we know the integer, there's operators. So I would say doing the mod will get us the digit to the right, because if we mod it to 10, for example, not for example, it's always 10. Of course 100 works too, but if we want to just get the last digit, we can mod it to 10. So for example, 145 mod 10, it will be 5. So we got the last digit, and then we will get the number 14 as the whole number, which is, if we do division, that's what we got, and then we can basically repeat that process. So that's what I'm going to do. Sum will plus equal to number mod 10, right? That the first time it will work, but then in the second time the number has to become we actually want to hold the number so that we can print out later. So original number equals to number, and we need to loop this so that it can keep dividing by 10 and so on. So actually the next one's number will equal to or divide equal by 10, right? But then we want to put this in the loop. So what kind of loop do we want? For loop or while loop? I actually would say while loop, just because in case they input like a bigger number. So I do tab, I would say while something, I don't know what it is yet, and then okay, I would do it this way, like cut it, put it in here. I will save it just in case. So while, I think if number becomes 0, like then it has no point. So number will always bigger than 0 for this loop to be looping. And so eventually we would return sum, right? That is what we want to return. But remember what we wanted to do in this step. Not only that we want to calculate the sum and return it, but we also want to output the result. So let's output the result before we exit. The sum of digits of the original number is, I think that's what we is sum. So let's check this again. While number, note that this will not affect the number that this is local variable. So number, when number is the larger than 0, the sum will be we will add the last digit to it, and then the number will be 10 times smaller. Basically 145 is actually easier to think about an example. So it's like 145, it will be, some will add 5 to it, and then number will become 14, and then 14 is larger than 0. So then sum plus equals to 14 mod 10 is 4, which is correct. That's, we just want the last digit, and then number will become 1. So 1 is larger than 0, so it will come in, and then 1 mod 10 will be 1, and then 1 divided by 10 will be 0, and then the loop will end. So it looks like it's going to work. So let's save it. So what happened is we didn't actually call this function. So now we got the value x over there, right? I'm just trying to put our comments back. So usually you do want to write this kind of differently, but right now, demo purpose, I will do it this way. So we got the x, so we want to then call some digits x so that it can output the results. So let's see. Enter a 4-digit number. So you see, it looks like it's okay actually. So 4566, just like before, it's result in 21. So it needs a space here. So now well, let's do more testing, because I think more testing will be more, it's quite appropriate to do so. 26, so let's check. 7 plus 6, 13 plus 18, 18 plus 8 is 26. So it looks like this function, some digits function, works pretty well. And so now let's see how we can remove the rightmost number. So as we can see, we actually did that already here. Once we kind of divided by 10, or using the division, then the rightmost number is gone. And so basically we can do it that way, right? Using void. Actually we do want it to return a number, so this is let's call it remove right digit. So we can use number again. So what it does is it will return a number that has let's copy the comments as well. Just so basically we can return the number divided by 10, and then that's how we remove 1 digit from the from a number. So we can take a look and try this out. Remove right digit, and then we can say x and see what happens. We can use 4566 again. I guess because we didn't output anything, so I like to always make my program very clean, and so any extra space and so on, I would always remove them so that is more readable. So you see I'm basically doing the same thing, but then we output X for debugging purpose. And so you see it did remove the last digit. We can try again using some number. I will expect 1, 2, 3 at the end. Yes. So you see it's kind of working in the, it works for the first loop. And so what we now want to do is to make it loop until the end, right? So so it means we want to put these two statements in a loop. So what kind of loop do we want again? We want to loop until the number is smaller, well, until or before it's smaller than 0. So I will use a while loop again. And the same, I will always do it this way because I want to make sure that I always close the curly bracelet. You don't know how many times that become a bug because we didn't have IDE, or I didn't like to use IDE. So so now it looks like to me X is the number that will keep being updated. So while X is larger than 0, it makes sense to continue looping. When X becomes 0, then there's no point to looping anymore. So let's see what happened. Well, so after this is removed, like the digits is removed, we need to update the X, right? So that things change. Otherwise it will keep looping, it will never end because X never got updated to have one less digit on the right. And then it's 21 for 15, 9, 4. It looks right. It's just that we don't need this cout anymore. Let's try again. And so it's basically what we expected. It get rid of the right hand side digit, and then it will add up the digits, become 15. 4 plus 5 is 9. So let's do some more testing. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 add up is 10. 1, 2, 3 add up is 6. Add up is 3. 1 is 1. So that's done. Cool. So I hope this helps you to see how to write like a longer program and help you with your programming assignment. Before we end this video, I want to talk about the typecasting because I really didn't know where else to put it, and so I thought we would just put it here, which is it's in a way pretty straightforward. So if we want to change an integer into a double, so we want a 3 to become, having decimal points, what we can do is call a function. Basically it's a predefined function. Maybe I could have talked about it there, but the syntax is a little bit different. So you have to have a triangle, like an angled bracket, and tell the compiler I want to make it a double instead of in, and then you put a parentheses with the variable or the number you want to typecast. Basically we can guess what the output is. What output do you think it will be? It's 3.3 zeros because we have set the precision to 3, right? Before, if you do anything here, if we don't have the statement of the double y equals to static cast, X will print out to be 3 only. even if you set this, because it's an integer, there would be no decimal points after. It's only after we type as we call it typecasting, because you are making it another type. But because they are kind of interchangeable, they and that's why you can do it this way. You can actually also typecast a double into an integer. It will just lose the decimal points. So it's the end of this module. I hope you are learning C programming smoothly, but if you have any questions, really feel free to contact me. Learning online is a little bit harder in my opinion. Well, when the teachers around, you can ask them questions live, face to face. So don't, making mistakes and having to debug is normal. I have to debug also for my program. So don't feel frustrated if you have to do so. We'll see you very soon.